Hi, in today's video I'm gonna tell you about my experience with laser hair removal on the face as well as the body. I'm first gonna start off with a little background story on how it all started and why I needed to get it done on the face. So I have hair on my chin. I have some on the sides as well, but they're hardly noticeable. And the hair on my chin never really bothered me until someone commented on it, and then I felt really paranoid and I waxed my chin. When the hair grew back, it grew back thicker, darker, and just a lot of it. I literally grew back a beard. As the hairs were growing through, I actually had a shadow. I remember I couldn't leave the house without checking my chin in the mirror to see if there's any long enough to tweeze out. After that, I just kept waxing and tweezing it until I went to the doctors, and it turns out that I've got Polycystic Ovary Syndrome. Great. After I found out that I've got PCOS, I wanted to look into something more permanent because waxing and tweezing wasn't going to do anything for me. A friend of mine told me about electrolysis. Electrolysis is basically a form of permanent hair removal done with a needle. Now, I have a slight phobia of needles, but honestly, it's okay. It doesn't even count as a needle. I think they don't even call it a needle, they call it a probe, because it's so thin that it's as thin as a strand of hair, because they insert it into the hair follicle, they burn the hair, and then they slide it out with tweezers. Just to note, you're not supposed to feel the hair pluck, because if they burn the hair correctly, it just slides out. If you feel the hair pluck and you're getting electrolysis, then they're not burning the hair correctly, they're not giving you any results. My friend also recommended a lovely lady who did my treatments for me. I went to her every 2 weeks in the beginning, and then once a month, once every few months, and then I had to go less and less because the hair was getting thinner, it wasn't growing back as much. The thing that I loved about electrolysis is that I didn't have to shave my face. You actually need to grow it long enough for them to slide out with tweezers. So that's why I went for that first instead of laser, because I wasn't brave enough to shave my face. Electrolysis is normally around £1 a minute. For example, my lady took about 10 minutes to do my chin. She was quite quick, and it was £10, so it is affordable. I went to her for 1.5 years, which is a really long time. I mean, even though I saw results, maybe my expectations were a bit too high, but I was expecting, I don't know, I just went to her for so long that I was expecting more. She did say it's because I have PCOS, and one thing that I really regret doing was when I went to the doctors to get my results, she told me that I can take the pill to balance my hormones, and I was taking it, and then in the middle of my electrolysis sessions I decided that I didn't want to take it anymore because it wasn't good for me. I mean, it was just a personal decision. I stopped taking it, and then my hormones changed again, and then the hair sort of started to come back, so I had to go in more often. Anyway, eventually I couldn't travel to her because I didn't have a car at the time, and it was really far to travel to. And then I qualified as a beauty therapist, and I got a job in a beauty clinic. Me and one of the other girls had to train in the laser machine that we have there. We had to practice on each other before we did clients. So anytime the salon was quiet, we were like, oh, let's quickly practice some laser. Just through practice, I saw really good results, and I was so surprised. Technically, on the body, I've had maybe like, I don't know, 4 sessions on each area. On the face, I've had a lot more. We did practice a lot on the face, because when I saw how well it was working on my body, I trusted the machine, and I told her that she can practice on my face. So I had to shave my chin and my upper lip. It was really scary. For those of you who find it scary to shave your face, there is something that's less scary, which is the thing that's just one blade, the little face trimmer that they use for like your mush mush, or you can use it for your eyebrows. That is a bit less scary because it's not a proper razor. I went for it and I just used the razor. It was scary, but for me personally, it was worth it. The machine is called Super Hair Removal, or SHR for short. SHR can do any skin colour and any hair colour. If you have blonde hair, grey hair, red hair, blue hair, no. It can do any hair colour and any skin colour because it targets protein more than it targets melanin. So because it's not looking for colour and it's looking for protein, that's why it's more effective, 1. And 2, it can do any, it doesn't look for colour, so it can do any hair colour, any skin colour. Apart from white hair, I think. The main reason why I love SHR is because you can go into the sun 5 days before or 5 days after you've had your laser. Other laser machines, you are not supposed to go into the sun, and if you do, you need to wait a month for your tan to fade. Otherwise, you can get burnt. SHR is advertised as pain-free because it goes up to around 45 degrees, whereas other lasers out there go up to like 70 degrees, which is really hot, and that's what makes it painful. I'm going to tell you what they told me on training. So if this is the hair, this is what we're trying to target. This is the hair bulb. Laser machines that go up to 70 degrees and that target melanin, it shoots down into the skin 70 degrees, it looks for the melanin, and that there is around 45 degrees. What SHR does is it shoots down, because it targets protein, it goes straight here at around 45 degrees, and that is what makes it effective. Did I say that right? I nearly confused myself. The number one question I get is, how much does it cost? Obviously, me and my other colleague were just practicing. I didn't pay anything, but I am planning on getting my sessions done properly. I'm going to tell you the prices of what is going on right now and on the areas that I've personally have done. So the lip is £100 for 6 sessions. This salon offers 6 sessions on average. The chin is also £100 for 6 sessions. Underarms is $175 for 6 sessions. Hollywood is $400 for 6 sessions. Full leg is $495 for 6 sessions. And just to let you know, full body, which includes full legs, full arms, underarms and any bikini, is $1,200 for 6 sessions. Full body top to toe, that is everywhere top to toe, is $1,500 for 6 sessions. I'm going to tell you how the procedure works just so you know what to expect. After you've done your research and you found the beauty clinic that you want to go to, you book in a consultation and then they do a patch test. You need to wait 24 to 48 hours, 48 hours to be safe, to see if you get any sort of reaction. If you don't, then you can book in your first appointment. The night before your first appointment, you need to prepare your skin. Shower, shave, and put no product on your skin. So that is no creams, no lotions, no oils, no deodorant if you're going to get your underarms done, no makeup, no face cream, no product on your skin. And then you go into your appointment the next day, they apply a gel and then they start doing the laser. You can actually smell the hair burning. It smells like, you know when you're going to cook a chicken and you burn the hairs? That is exactly what it smells like when they're doing the laser. It is a bit disgusting. I was just like, is someone roasting a chicken? Like, what is that? SHR again is slightly different with the way they do the laser. There are a few machines that are different. So if you're going to laser this arm, some laser machines out there, they sort of stamp, so they go like this. Shoot, 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 and that area is done. SHR, they move the probe like this while it's shooting. They do this for a certain amount of time, they check the temperature, and then they move on to the next area. And then they apply some aloe vera gel, and then they give you your aftercare advice. Aftercare is it's things like no saunas, no steams, no exercise because you can overheat the body, no makeup if you're going to get your face lasered. It's things like that. They should give you a sheet. If not, you can just write this stuff down just in case you forget. My favourite bit of the procedure is waiting for the hair to fall out itself. This takes about 6 to 10 days and you sort of just shed the hair off. It's so weird. The only thing you can do in between your treatments is shave. You're not allowed to wax, tweeze, nothing. Don't bleach the hair, don't touch it. You can only shave. Now we can talk about pain. Does it hurt? Yes. SHR advertises as pain-free laser. That's what it says on the poster. I will admit, some areas are pretty much pain-free, but some, nah. I'm gonna do like a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being very painful on each area that I've had done. So the lip was like a 2 out of 10. The only reason I'm saying 2 is because the hairs on the corners here, are quite thick and you can really feel them burn. That is what was a bit painful. But the lip only takes like 2 minutes, so it's painful but then it's over. The chin for me was like a 4 or 5 out of 10 because where the skin is like thin here, it felt really sensitive and really hot. Underarms, when we first started practicing, it was like a 3, 4 out of 10. But then as we kept practicing, it was like a 1, pretty much pain-free. Hollywood was a 10. 10 out of 10. I am not even joking. I wanted to cry. I pretty much was crying, but there were no tears. I didn't want to ruin my makeup, you see. I wasn't wearing waterproof mascara, so it felt like an iron. No, like a hair straightener. You know when you burn your hand with a hair straightener? Imagine that on your poor vajayjay. Like, felt like my flower was on fire. And my colleague was just laughing. She finds it hilarious when people are in pain. I felt like she was torturing me for information, and I wanted to give her the information, but I didn't know what it was. That is a line from Friends. I'm a big fan, and if you are, it's the one where Monica gives Chandler a massage and he finds it painful. The legs, 8 out of 10 for me. What was painful about it was the ankles and the knee would get so hot. I couldn't even stay still. It would get so hot. How many sessions are needed? A lot of salons do 6 sessions on average. Some people, it's more than enough. Like, we've had clients who call up and are like, I have my appointment coming up soon and I have no hair on my legs, like, should I still come in? So 6 sessions for some people is more than enough. For some people it's perfect, it's just right. And there are some people who need more than 6 sessions. So it's hard to say how many you'll need. It depends on your hormones, it depends on your body. How long do the results last? This also depends on individual differences. It depends on your body. For example, if you've had your laser hair removal, you're completely hair free, you've done all your sessions. If in 2-3 years later you decide to have a baby, your hormones can change, which they will change, and the hair could come back. For some people it doesn't come back. For some people it does, and it's just patchy here and there, and then for some people all of it comes back. It's hard to say. If you have PCOS like me, the results are never really permanent. You do need to have top-up sessions a few times a year. It could be less than that, it could be more than that. It's really hard to say, but it's definitely not permanent if you have PCOS because our hormones are changing all the time, unfortunately. If you have no health conditions, you're completely healthy, and you've had all your babies or you don't want to have babies, and you have your laser sessions done, you're completely hair free, it could last up to, I don't know, 10, 15 years for some people. So when people say laser is expensive, it is expensive, but in the long run it works out cheaper depending on how much money you spend on waxing. You see that thick hair on the corner of my mouth? My chin was full of those. I was not joking when I said I grew back a beard. I did have a before photo, but I was so embarrassed by it that I deleted it, so I don't have it anymore. This photo was taken when I first started practicing laser on my face. I'm just going to show you quickly what my chin is looking like after I've had some laser sessions on my face. So this is what it looks like. So if you can see, there are still loads of dark ones on the side, and that area I don't even get lasered. I get the middle lasered. The sides look worse because all the darker ones are gone, so it looks like I've got really bad, you know, because look, it does look really bad. So I either might get those lasered as well, or I might go back to electrolysis. I'm not sure yet, but this is what it looks like. I'm gonna finish the video with a little bit of advice. My number one advice is do your research. Do your research on the type of laser that is best for your skin tone. If I didn't discover SHR, I was looking into alexandrite because that one is supposed to be good for my skin tone. So do your research, make sure you get a patch test done. The internet is full of reviews now. You can look at the reviews, see which salon is really good. As well as the salon, the therapist needs to be experienced, because Even if you choose like the best laser for your skin, the best machine, the best salon, if the therapist isn't experienced, the results may not be as good. Some people who leave reviews, they leave names of the therapist that they liked. If you see a name popping up all the time, you can request that therapist, or you can just ask for the most experienced therapist there. Another thing I want to say is to listen to their advice. Everything I've told you in this video relates to SHR. I'm not level 4 trained, so I'm only trained in the SHR machine. Other machines can be slightly different, so listen to their advice. Another thing that I want to say is sometimes it feels like it's getting worse, or it's growing outside, it's like spreading. Like I get from here to here lasered, and then I notice that I have like a hair here growing, and I'm like, what? I didn't have a hair there. Maybe you did have a hair there, but you didn't notice it because I had hair everywhere here. The ones here were very dark. Now that it's patchy and they're just like single, it looks as if it's gone worse, but it hasn't, because there's no hairs to compare it to and all the darker ones are gone. The ones that were actually looked lighter before, those are the ones that are there, and it looks as if it's gone worse, but it hasn't. It's just, you just didn't notice it before. I just quickly wanted to mention that my mum got this. Obviously it's not powerful compared to the ones that you do in a salon, because then loads of people would be burning themselves. But you know what? I tried this and it does get pretty hot. Like I was like, oh, like damn, this is powerful. Once you finish your laser sessions, you can sort of do like your top-ups at home with this one. I will try this, and in the future I'll make a video on like a review on this. This is the Philips, what is this? This is the Philips Lumia Prestige. I'll link it down below if I can find it. Got it from John Lewis. I will put as much information in the description box as I can. So that's like the laser machine, the salon, just as much as I can. So before you ask any questions, do read that. I hope that I've helped some of my girls out there who have PCOS and have loads of questions. I know my advice isn't that great, because even if we have PCOS, we're still not the same. Some is stronger than others. Some people have different symptoms, but the only thing that I can say is you need to try it. You're not gonna know what's best for your body until you try it. I know laser's expensive, but you can do what I did and try an area on the body first, see how it goes, and if you like it, then you can do other areas. I know a few people with PCOS and they preferred electrolysis over laser. It's really hard to give advice. If I got a different machine, if I got Alexandrite, would it have worked the same? I don't know. Bloody hell, I'm boring myself. Right, I'm gonna stop talking and finish the video. So thank you for watching. Bye.